Hey guys, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Kshitij, aka the Rustic Wanderer. In today's video, I would like to talk to you about 10 things that you should never do when you are in India. Let's get started. India is a land of diverse cultures, and if these were normal times and if COVID did not exist, people really long to go to India. Some like to go there to witness the culture, other just want to try the food. Irrespective of what reason it is that you want to go to India, there are 10 things that you should keep in mind that you should never do during your stay in India to make your stay comfortable and bring back good memories. Here they are. Things not to do in India. Number 1. Never bring your shoes inside a temple, a gurdwara, or other places of worship, or when visiting somebody else. It is a common norm to remove your outdoor footwear at the entrance, and if really required, there might be special indoor footwear that is kept separate from the outdoor footwear. So follow the norms of your host, or when visiting a temple or gurdwara or other places of worship, be wary never to bring outdoor footwear inside. Number 2 of the things that you should not do in India when you're visiting India as a tourist. Never use your left hand to give or take things, be it food, be it the offerings at the temple, or anything else for exchanging goods or items. The reason being, left hand in India is associated with unsavory practices such as cleaning your feet or cleaning yourself after visiting the loo. If you come from a Western world, for you it might be obvious to use whichever hand is free at the time, but remember, when you're in India, never ever use the left hand for giving or taking items, especially including food. Number 3 of the things not to do in India is public display of affection. Public display of affection in India is highly frowned upon, and given the deep rooted traditions and culture of the country, try to avoid indulging in such practices. In some places, there are even laws that might end you up in prison. So, why take a risk? Number 4. Unfiltered tap water. Now, this has been something that has been said time and over again, and I have seen a lot of my friends know about this when they're talking about this, but when it comes to actually drinking potable water in India, people always tend to make a mistake. It's a common habit to go directly for the tap water and try to drink it, but remember, water in India is not potable. You have to go for only heavily filtered water or bottled water if you're a visitor in India. Even for me, although I was born and raised in India, for the past 10 years I've been living overseas, and since in overseas almost all water is potable, including the ones in the sink and the shower, even sometimes I forget that I am not supposed to drink tap water. It should only be from a filtered, trusted source. Remember that, or you will contract a lot of waterborne diseases. Number 5 of the things not to do in India. Expect a credit card to work at all payment gateways. Remember that although India is very advanced in IT services, we do not use plastic money or digital contactless payment methods for everything. For instance, if you're riding a cab or if you're boarding a bus, it's very rare that the machine would be working. Sometimes there might be technical faults, sometimes there would be physical malfunctions. So always carry some cash on you. Remember, this does not mean that you carry cash in bulk because you have to pay in cash everywhere, because that also poses a security risk for yourself. So only take as much cash as is required for you to fulfill the needs of the day, then visit an ATM the next day, withdraw the cash that you need for that day's spending, and so on. It is a common tendency for foreigners to assume that Indians in all parts of India know and speak in English. This is a very big misconception. Remember that India is linguistically diverse. There is a reason why English is not our national language, but only our official language. This has partly to do with the fact that we respect all cultures equally, but also with the fact that not everyone goes to an English medium school and learns English. This is especially applicable if you're interacting with taxi drivers, bus drivers, or locals. So it might help if you learn a few phrases in the local dialect that would not only help you make friends quicker, but also makes getting around easier. This would open up doors for you to visit offbeat paths. Next up is food. When it comes to food, people almost all parts of the world know that India has the largest population of vegetarians. So if you're a vegetarian or vegan or trying to be vegan, your stay in India would be very easy. You will find a lot of options. But remember, if you like to eat meat, there are a lot of meat options, but never expect to find beef or other forms of cow meat on the menu. If you do find it, eat it at your own risk because cow slaughter is illegal in most parts of the country, as cow is considered very sacred to us. When it comes to visiting India, almost everybody knows that the country is too big, and given the time that they have for visiting the country, it's almost impossible to cover everything in the country. I was born and raised in India. Even I have not seen more than 10% of the country myself. It's just too big to cover. So, what do people end up doing in such a case? They normally look up the most touristy circuit, they visit the places, click a few pictures, post it on Facebook, and consider the India visit as successful. Let me tell you, that is as far away from the truth as possible. Most of these places in the touristy circuit have been optimized for tourists. This not only includes providing services and making sure almost everything is available in English, but it also means that people have learned how to scam foreigners. They know what to expect, when to expect. They have made a ring and everyone is connected to everyone. So if something goes wrong, you're pretty much on your own. So try avoiding these touristy places. By avoiding, I mean you should not completely avoid going there, but also keep space for visiting the offbeat places because that is when you start to see the real India. Try go outside the touristy circuit as much as possible. Next up is the safety of your stuff, of your items such as your wallet, your bags, clothes, and other items in your backpack. If you come from a country like Japan, where the place is very safe, even if you drop your wallet, you can go back 1 week later, you'll probably just find it lying there with everything intact. Unfortunately, this is not the case in India. If you are on the train platform or at the airport, you will frequently hear the announcement, people should take care of their stuff and do not leave your baggage unattended. Take this announcement very, very seriously and follow it word for word. You look away somewhere for a moment and you're very likely going to lose your baggage. So why take the risk? Last but not the least, I would like to talk about self-driving cars. This is something that I found has not been talked about as much, especially for foreigners looking to visit India. For the Western world, it's very common to rent a self-driving car when you land at the airport, go around as you please, stop as much as you want, come back, drop off the car, and take the plane to return home. However, such facilities do exist in India and there are few companies trying to provide such facilities. But remember, there is always a caveat. Services like this in India are not streamlined at the moment. There have been incidents where people have been shown a different car but given a different car. The condition of the car did not meet the requirements. Sometimes it was even subpar. Some bookings had been cancelled at the last minute, and if you're on a clock, you are left staring at the wall at the moment. So when it comes to self-driving cars, you should try and avoid them for the moment, or if you really need to, you should ask yourself how much effort would it take to take a cab versus how important it is for you to enjoy the freedom that comes with a self-driving car. I'm not naming any companies in particular, but this is something that you should try not to do as much as possible because the system is not streamlined at the moment. So guys, these were the 10 things that I would recommend that you should never do if you're visiting in India. As an Indian myself, I believe these would make your stay comfortable in India. You would make a lot of good memories, enjoy a lot of good food, and get away with all the negative feedback that you could expect if you just go there as a tourist, completely ignoring these advices. A lot of these things have been said and done before, but I still see a lot of tourists completely ignoring them and going their own way. These were just the 10 things that I believe are must not do's for anyone visiting India. If you have more to add, please do comment down below and let me know what you think about this video and what more would you recommend for foreigners trying to visit India. Be sure to like, share and subscribe this video and share it with your friends who are planning to visit India. This is Rustic Wanderer signing off. Take care, stay safe.